In this series of videos, I'm going to show you how to paint a color wheel using acrylic paint. We learned about the color wheel back when we talked about the elements of art, and now it's time to dive a little bit deeper into how to create colors. In our color wheel, we're going to start with the primary colors. The primary colors are the colors that make up every color and cannot be mixed themselves. The three primary colors are red, yellow, and blue. To complete this activity, you need a paint palette. You might have a plastic palette, or you might have a palette that has paper in it. You'll need a cup of water. You'll need a paper towel and a paintbrush. I've given you the color wheel for this project. In your palette, you're going to have a small pump of red, blue, and yellow. That's all you need for this part. Alright, now the primary colors, they're easy. We already have them in our palette. So I just take a bit of red. I don't need a ton of paint on my brush. And I go and I paint it in. You'll notice that your color wheel is marked with the primary and secondary colors. So I start with R for red. And I keep my brush smooth and flat against the line I'm trying to follow to create a straight line. Alright, so I keep my brush flat. I rest my hand on my paper to help keep it smooth. My hand shakes a lot, so resting on my paper is a must for me. Almost done here. Alright, when I've finished one color, I need to rinse my brush in my water. So I swirl it around, really mash the bristles against the bottom to make sure I get all the paint out of the bristles. I check my brush. Maybe sometimes I need to rub it against the side of my cup a little bit to get the rest of the paint out. And then I need to dry my brush on my paper towel. Then I'm ready for my next color, and I'm going to grab yellow and paint it in. Notice that I don't have a lot of my primary colors in my palette. That's because I can always get more paint, right? I can always get some more out of the bottle, or if you're working with paint cups, then you can always get more out of the cup. But it's really hard to put back in. So we only take a little bit at a time so that we don't waste it and have to put it down the sink. So that's why I only have a little bit. If I need to, I can go back and get some more. I'm almost done with the yellow here. Alright, again I'm going to rinse my brush. Wipe it against the side, check that it's done, and then dry it on my paper towel. Then I move on to blue. Alright, so I have my three colors painted. Those are my three primaries. Sometimes it might look a little bit thin in places. You can always go back with a bit more paint and try and thicken it up. Then again, I rinse my brush. At this point, it's a good time to check and make sure that your water isn't too muddy. If it looks really, really dark, it might be time to go dump out your water and get some fresh water. Fresh water is always going to be our friend. So that's it for our primary colors.